The big April patch is very close. Gearbox now added gameplay text for impending Mayhem 2.0 release, as noted in their patch notes for the most recent hotfix. So they are preparing for it, and actually one of the new events that just kicked off will prepare us for this new Revenge of the Cartel event that we already discussed here before on the channel a couple of times, and it looks great, so you can already prepare for that. I will tell you how in this video and also talk about the other recent Borderlands 3 news, a ton to discuss. A like on the video would be awesome, and let's go. Before we get into it, I want to talk about the sponsor of this video, World of Kings, and I'm really impressed that after tens of hours, there's still a ton to do in this game. You choose one of 6 races that all have access to the 10 different classes, and I really like how you can already preview each class and their advanced role before you create your character. Leveling goes really fast in this game, so you are the max level before you know it, and will follow a story with cutscenes to get to that max level. You can also do dungeons with other players via matchmaking and fight huge bosses that require tactics to take out, and of course even tougher challenges await at the max level. Like, there's really a ton to do at the max level. There's PvP as well, and they keep supporting the game with new updates that contain new stories, new regions, and way more. This is my favorite multiplayer RPG on the mobile, so totally check the game out by clicking the special link in the video description. Thanks to World of Kings for sponsoring the video, really helps the channel out. And now let's get back into it. Let's start with the Mr. Torque Slaughter Onslaught event that is live right now till April 23rd, and as the name already suggests, it has to do with the Circle of Slaughter bosses. Gearbox namely increased the number of dedicated loot drops from these bosses, but actually only the final boss in the Slaughter Shaft is worth it in my opinion. And just overall, the Slaughter Shaft is of course already crazy in terms of legendary drops, and now even more so thanks to the ongoing co-op event that is live till the end of the month and increased the loot drops for badass enemies when playing in co-op. And I also activated the loot boost from the arcade machine near Tanis that we talked about in a previous video. So normally the Slaughter Shaft already gives the most legendaries in a small area, but now it's even crazier, and this will then also give you a chance to get the special legendaries that you can get from the bosses of the System of Slaughter and of course the Slaughter Star. Like one of the dedicated loot drops from the Tremendous Rex, the boss at the end of the System of Slaughter, is the Scourge, that I now also found here at the end of the Slaughter Shaft. And the Maggie is also a dedicated loot drop from this boss. Well, you can also find that here. So that's why I think it's smarter to just do the Slaughter Shaft, because the Titan boss at the end of this activity does have an exclusive weapon that you can only get right here on Mayhem 4. And that is the Eruption COV Assault Rifle. I did not have any luck yet getting this myself, so what you're seeing here is footage from Jolt's dude. Totally check out his full video on the weapon if you want to know more. I left a link to it in the video description. So with this weapon, you basically have these homing missiles appear on a break that then increase the next damage that you do on the target, and that can stack up to 200% extra damage. So it's very good indeed. And again, it's exclusive to the Titan boss in the Slaughter Shaft that appears in wave 5 of round 5. So really at the end, and you have to play on Mayhem 4. I did get the Shredder Fire here and the Tina's Hopper Grenade. Those are both from the dedicated loot pool as well, so you do see the increase. But yeah, this eruption weapon has a way lower chance of appearing, although that is of course increased right now because of the event. And if you killed the boss and did not get the weapon, then just kill yourself and you will spawn at the beginning of round 5, so you do not have to do the Slaughter Shaft over again. It's of course good to note, before you spend a ton of time trying to get this weapon right now, that Mayhem 2.0 is coming, and you're likely familiar with this new system, right? We will go from 4 Mayhem modes to 10, and every Mayhem level will drop a specific version of a legendary. So the weapons we are farming right now will instantly be replaced by the same weapon on Mayhem 6, for example, that is also for level 57, but that will have better stats because you got it on Mayhem 6. We're really in that in-between week now, where you can farm a lot of weapons, but you will likely be replacing them all when Mayhem 2.0 comes around. Still though, if you are a collector and still need this awesome COV gun, it's really one of the only weapons I still need in this game. So I will still be trying it during this event, but also not go full hardcore, because I know that with Mayhem 2.0 I will likely not be using this weapon that much. So again, while Gearbox did not really say when the April update, so Mayhem 2.0 will release, we are close. It's going to be either April 23rd or April 30th, because the updates always launch on a Thursday. I think April 23rd makes the most sense, but we will have to wait and see. Until then, we got another event though that's going on right now, and you maybe already noticed it while doing the Circle of Slaughter, and that is the increased cash drops from normal, badass and anointed enemies. And as the description notes, this will come in handy when fighting the cartels in this month's upcoming patch. So when fighting these new enemy factions that all have their special bosses as well, as you see right here, in-game dollars will somehow be needed. We know that the Revenge of the Cartels will be similar to the Bloody Harvest event, meaning that we first have to do stuff in the main game, and now you can actually kill these special enemies in the DLC as well. Then go back to Maurice on Sanctuary 3, and after you got enough of the new currency, they can use the teleporter to a new map, where we fight one of the 3 new enemy factions. So maybe with the money we can have one of the 3 enemy factions spawn if you want to farm one, because every enemy faction should at least have one specific gun linked to them. Or maybe if you pay up, you can just skip the whole farm in the main game and immediately return to the map again. Whatever it is, it will be smart to get a ton of money before this event kicks off. And killing badass enemies for this making it rain mini event doesn't really cut it. No, the barrel tactic in the Wayward Tether Proving Grounds is still the best way to get money. And the good part is that you can now actually do it without having to play offline. Because normally you would just boot up the game offline and then on Mayhem 3 go to this Proving Ground and shoot the barrel and get a ton of money. This, by the way, still works. But what you can now do is buy the money boost at the arcade machine, and if you then also equip an artifact that increases your cash, you will still hit the dollar limit in no time. So we want to go to the Proving Grounds and then clear the first area, but make sure that you do not destroy the barrels that give you this money. The thieving jabbers will be walking around with them, so take them out, but make sure that you at least got one barrel left on the ground. Because when the enemies are all dead, you want to shoot that barrel over and over again, and then you get an unlimited amount of money. You have to use the Night Flyer pistol though that you get from the Ragman boss that you find over here in the Carnivora region on Pandora. So kill the boss and then hopefully you get the gun, otherwise you can of course farm this boss over and over again. And with this pistol you cannot kill or break things, so then you can shoot the barrel and it won't break, so it keeps giving you money. You only have to stop when you have no ammo anymore, but then just go to the nearby vending machine and refill, and then you will have the maximum amount of dollars in like 20 minutes or something. It's insanely fast, and you can of course also invite friends, and even if they don't have the Night Flyer pistol, they will still get all the dollars that you earn as well. So yes, I'm ready for the Revenge of the Cartels event and Mayhem 2.0. I really can't wait, and when we know more, I will of course let you know here on the channel. So totally subscribe if you haven't already for everything Borderlands 3. Like this video to support the channel, and Dennis and I will be opening a golden chest now to see if we can get some legendaries from that. Hey Dennis, what weapon are you going to farm first on Mayhem 2.0?
I thought about this long and hard, and I think it's the one that both you and me are holding right now.
You saw me hold it and you thought, hey, that's a good idea, right?
Yeah, I just saw it and I was like, yeah, that thing looks nice. No, I mean, for real, we've been basically exclusively using this one since DLC 2 came out. It's just way too good, and
yep.
Can't wait to get an even more powerful version.
Really curious if we will indeed be able to immediately go farm this clairvoyance when it's ready. Hey,
wow,
baby maker.
That's been a while.
Yeah, that's actually a dedicated loot drop from one of the bosses, from the Rex from the cistern.
Oh, nice. So now it's my turn. Just have to deal with the fact that there's some stuff on the ground, but that's okay. Oh, I also got a legendary. Whoa. A sleeping giant, which is not one of the boss drops, but still.
By the way, I can also, because I cannot see, like, I can still, like, kind of guess what the weapon is.
Yeah, we can do the guess game again.
But with this...
It's gonna take way longer.
Yeah, and then we can only do one per time, and maybe have, like, a score build up or something. That might not be a weird idea. Like, every
Yeah, that
video.
could be interesting.
Cool. So subscribe, of course, for way more Borderlands 3 coverage if the update is indeed coming next week. And again, it's super likely. Then we will, of course, have a ton of coverage here. So subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video to support the channel. And check out our previous video on some awesome DLC 2 weapons, including the Clairvoyant that you totally want to get. For now, we will speak to you next time, and goodbye.